Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Huncho, back at you again with another video, and so it seems like we're coming to the end of the tunnel that is the coronavirus pandemic. As some of you will know, recently Boris Johnson has announced that we're past the peak of the virus and we're seeing less cases, which means lockdown will soon finally be over, and hopefully I won't have to report on much coronavirus related news for much longer, but I hope you're all keeping safe during lockdown. Now, before we get into the story, I seen this floating about on Twitter which I thought was interesting and I thought I'd share with you guys. Take a look at this.
Reference to your earlier conversation about lifting the lockdown, we know that we haven't infected enough of the population with this virus. So for any lifting of any lockdown to be successful, we need...
Now, I'm not a massive conspiracy theorist, but you can't tell me that that isn't a little bit suspect. So for you guys who don't know who that was, that is Professor Dame Donna Kinnair, Chief Executive and General Secretary of the Royal College of Nursing, and the Royal College of Nursing is a membership organisation and trade union. So she specialises in child protection, providing leadership in major hospital trusts in London, teaching and advising on legal and governmental committees. So you've got to ask yourself, is this a mix-up of bad wording, or did she actually slip up and let some truth out? I'll let you guys be the judge of that. But anyway, let's jump into the story. Now, as you guys will know, we've been covering news and where it's now a criminal offence to spit and cough at emergency workers or members of the public while claiming to have the coronavirus. But again, we've seen people be prosecuted without even claiming to have it. And for you guys that didn't know, the offence does give a sentence of 12 months in jail. And from the past stories that we've covered, we've seen that the Crown Prosecution Service and judges go hard on criminals that commit these offences. And it seems like once again, someone is in the news for spitting at a police officer. But this time, which we haven't seen in the past, is that the spit actually had blood in it.
You got?
Yeah.
You alright, cool?
Yeah.
Tight?
Yeah.
Happy? Up you get.
Not perfect. Get up.
Get up. So, get him down. Kick his legs away. Kick his legs away. You're the rest of us, assault police as well. Huh? Where did you get in the face?
I'm sorry, he's hit all of us. Alright.
Alright, sorry to that. You alright? Is anything else hurt?
No.
Alright, you can't listen. No, listen. You can't guard against stuff like that. Alright?
I'm just
Back straight in the eye.
Do you want to come in for a cup of tea?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'll make a cup of tea.
On the 18th of April 2020, police were called to a block of flats in Atoxel Road, Wicken, Coventry, after it was reported that Temisan Oritsejafor had assaulted his neighbour, Alison Osborne. When they arrived, Temisan had refused to let police in his house and claimed that he would come out, and it would be at that point police would wrestle him to the floor. And what followed is what you've seen in the body cam footage. During the incident, Temisan had suffered with a bloody nose and proceeded to spit at PC Annie Napier's eye. The blood from his nose had merged with the spit to form quite literally bloody spit, and it's being reported that after the incident she suffered no ill health effects. She went on to say, as frontline officers, we know that we put ourselves in potential danger, but we now face the added risk of a COVID-19 infection, which then also puts our families at risk. It's a shock when someone spits in your face and is very unpleasant, so I'm pleased the force and the courts take these assaults so seriously. Superintendent Jenny Scrim added, it is vulgar and unacceptable to spit at anybody, but even more so a key worker who is putting themselves at risk to keep people safe and catch criminals. Our officers are bravely and repeatedly on the front line despite the understandable safety concerns across the country. This type of assault on our staff is deplorable and shouldn't and won't be tolerated. Now, what should be noted is that Temisan was actually out on bail for assaulting another police officer just weeks earlier, and he appeared at Warwick Crown Court regarding this most recent incident on the 29th of April 2020. At that that court date, he pleaded guilty to common assault and 2 charges of common assault on emergency workers. Judge Andrew Lockhart QC said he is charged with 2 assaults on emergency workers, one of them while on bail. He must understand the sentence will be one of significant custody. I will be minded to pass deterrent sentences, and the sentence for the second matter is likely to be consecutive. Temisan, who appeared via video link from jail, had told the judge, "I didn't mean to spit in her face." But the judge had told him it is very likely you will be receiving a significant custodial sentence for these matters. Prosecutor Mark Phillips said a male officer who believed he was being aggressive took him to the floor and was assisted by a female colleague, PC Napier, to restrain him. As they were getting up, he spits in the officer's face. That is spit and blood because he had a bleeding nose from earlier and it catches her straight in the eye. Playing a CCTV recording of the incident, Mr. Phillips added, "She is clearly upset and she is very shaken indeed." Justin Jamola, defending, said there clearly had been an altercation between my client and the neighbour. When the officers speak to him, he says, "You're not coming in, I'll come out," and he is then taken to the floor. My instructing solicitor was told at the police station that he suffers from schizophrenia and is bipolar. After this court date, Temisan was remanded into custody and will be sentenced at a later date. And if there is any further updates regarding this situation, as always, I'll keep you guys updated. But I want to know your guys' thoughts on people spitting and coughing in people's faces during this whole coronavirus situation, and what do you guys think on that first clip that I showed you? I want to know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Give the video a little like, and if you want the latest drill, street and music news out of the UK, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Huncho, and I'm out.